दुर्जन अनुग्रह कारण, मायाधीश का नर रूप धारण। सज्जन दुर्जन अनुग्रह कारण, मायाधीश का नर रूप धारण। बिछुड़े हुए मानव से तेरा जन्म जन्म का नाता, जन्म जन्म का नाता, जन्म जन्म का नाता। धन्य हुई भारत की धरती, धन्य हुए माता पिता। धन्य हुई भारत की धरती, धन्य हुए माता पिता। धन्य हुई भारत की धरती, धन्य हुए माता पिता। चंद्रामणि खुदीराम ने पाया, तीन जगत का त्राता। धन्य हुई भारत की धरती, धन्य हुए माता पिता। धन्य हुई भारत की धरती, धन्य हुए माता पिता। धन्य हुई भारत की धरती, धन्य हुए माता पिता। धन्य हुई भारत की धरती, धन्य हुए माता पिता। प्रभु आओ, प्रभु आओ, प्रभु आओ, प्रभु आओ। प्रभु राम कृष्ण तुम आओ, प्रभु राम कृष्ण तुम आओ। देह के इस देवालय में, देह के इस देवालय में आसन अपना लगाओ। प्रभु आओ, प्रभु आओ, प्रभु आओ, प्रभु आओ। प्रभु राम कृष्ण तुम आओ, प्रभु राम कृष्ण तुम आओ। देह के इस देवालय में, देह के इस देवालय में आसन अपना लगाओ। प्रभु आओ, प्रभु आओ, प्रभु आओ, प्रभु आओ। सुजन पालक दुर्जन तारक, संशय नाशक आओ। जीव गतिदायक गुरु रूप धारक, राम कृष्ण प्रभु आओ। सुजन पालक दुर्जन तारक, संशय नाशक आओ। जीव गतिदायक गुरु रूप धारक, राम कृष्ण प्रभु आओ। देह के इस देवालय में, देह के इस देवालय में आसन अपना लगाओ। प्रभु आओ, प्रभु आओ, प्रभु आओ, प्रभु आओ। प्रभु राम कृष्ण तुम आओ, प्रभु राम कृष्ण तुम आओ। देह के इस देवालय में, देह के देवालय में आसन अपना लगाओ। प्रभु आओ, प्रभु आओ, प्रभु आओ, प्रभु आओ। अद्भुत साधक शक्ति उपासक सर्ववेद गत आओ। मुक्ति प्रदायक भव भय हारक राम कृष्ण प्रभु आओ। अद्भुत साधक शक्ति उपासक सर्ववेद गत आओ। मुक्ति प्रदायक भव भय हारक राम कृष्ण प्रभु आओ। देह के इस देवालय में, देह के इस देवालय में आसन अपना लगाओ। प्रभु आओ, प्रभु आओ, प्रभु आओ, प्रभु आओ। प्रभु राम कृष्ण तुम आओ। प्रभु राम कृष्ण तुम आओ। देह के इस देवालय में, देह के इस देवालय में आसन अपना लगाओ। प्रभु आओ, प्रभु आओ, प्रभु आओ, प्रभु आओ।
मंगलं कुशलेन्द्राय महनीय गुणात्मने चक्रवर्ती तनूजाय सार्वभौमाय मंगलम्. Continuing with our study of the Ramayana, there are many great characters in this great epic. one of the great characters, woman characters that we come across in this epic is Tara. How did she react to her husband Vali's death? You know, Tara is one of the Pancha Mahapativratas. Mahapativrata means a woman who has serving her husband as the sole vow in life. Jivana Vrata. Only one vrata, one vow. What is that? To serve her husband as the sole vow. So that's a Pativrata. So she is one of the 5 great Prativratas. Who are the other 4? Sita, Mandodari, Ahalya, and Draupadi. So how did she respond? How did she react to Vali's death? It will be interesting for us. Why? Because today's topic is Tara, a soul cleaved in two post Vali's death. Her pain, it would be very difficult for us to assess. She wept and wept and wept, that is written there in the Ramayana. How much of pain she must have felt. Definitely she must have felt as if her heart was cleaved in two. That much she wept. So many people tried to console her. Only at last when Rama said her that everything happens by the will of the Creator. Okay, Sukha and Dukkha come to creatures only according to the law written by Vidhata. We're all just helpless in front of that mighty law. Basically, it's a law of karma. So we have to resign to our fate and accept whatever that comes in our life. She got consoled at last. So, when Rama killed Vali, all the monkeys ran helter-skelter in fear because their leader was killed. So they all went and broke this news for Tara in Kishkinda and told her, try to defend the city, make arrangements for that. Vali has been killed by that great Rama. Install Angada as the king of the Kishkinda. And so they were telling all this to her and trying to infuse fear in her heart as well. Because Vali was a mighty hero. He had been slain now. So they created that fear in Tara. They tried to create. And dismissing all of them because Tara was interested only to come and see Vali and his condition there in the battlefield. And so, dismissing all of them, actually, she rushes to the place where the conflict happened. And there she saw, Tara saw Vali lying on the earth in a pool of blood, clasping Vali to her bosom and wailing piteously for the sake of Angada. The first pain, this husband is actually going away. Who will take care of Angada now? Beloved son, the son will become fatherless. So, what she is feeling more actually, the distress is more not because of any other reason. One thing is now she is saying that, emotions play out when somebody passes away, somebody very close to dies. You remember all their acts and now who will take care of this person, who will take care of that person, that now have become an orphan. Okay? The kind of, we all know actually when somebody passes away who is very close to us, how the emotions play out, how we weep, what kind of language comes out. Just like that she was weeping actually. So Tara is telling actually how he fell, how actually looked like that great Vali there lying on the bare earth. He looked like an uprooted tree, like a mountain cliff that had been, struck by an arrow. Like an elephant that was struck by an arrow, and it collapses, right? Like that, because he was a great hero, a mighty hero of mighty strength. So that's how actually the body of the Vali appeared to Tara. That's how actually sage Valmiki describes Vali's, the scene actually in Srimad Ramayana. And now she is telling him, you get up and look at me, look at me. So kim idhanim purobhagam Samapya tvam na abhibhashyase. I'm just in front of you, why don't you speak to me? Now actually he's about to die. Just actually a little prana is left in Vali, how he would be able to speak at that point of time. But she was weeping and wailing, and saying that, I am just in front of you, speak to me. So now she is telling that, you are a great hero, a mighty hero. Uttishta harishardula bhajasva shenottamam. How come that a hero like you, falls on the ground and actually sleeps on the ground? Uttishta harishardula. Get up, a mighty vanara, get up, a mighty monkey, and you have to lie down on cot, not here. Nirananda nirashaham nimagna shoka sagare. Now you have gone. So I am bereft of any joy now. Nirananda. There will not be any joy in my life. Nirasha. And my life will become hopeless. Nimagna shoka sagare. I am actually drowned in the ocean of sea now. So this is my fate. So she's telling now, because it's pativrata, and everybody actually, whoever is pativrata, she feels when pati is dead means they are also as good as dead. That much of grief she was experiencing. How come actually my heart is not broken into 1,000 pieces? Sputate adya sahasradha. It should have been broken into 1,000 pieces by now. If I had real love for you, it has not been broken means my love actually is not real for you. So that's how actually in Mahabharata also, when you see that Nala, Damayanti also says the same thing. When she was separated from Nala, without informing her, Nala goes away, and after her sleep, when she wakes up, she doesn't find Nala, and she weeps actually. So how come that I'm still alive, even after I'm separated from you, Nala? That kind of pure love when exists between two individuals. When one individual is separated, another individual collapses. It should have happened to me, but it's not happening, means my heart is so strong actually. It's made of kind of stone or kind of steel actually. She's telling, Tara is telling. So all this I have told you, this is all the fruit of your action. I have told you actually not to antagonize Sugriva. I have told you actually not to keep his wife Ruma, but you didn't listen to me. So all this is because you have exiled Sugriva, you have kept his wife, you have arrested his wife, you have actually reaped the fruit of your own action. When I gave you the wise counsel, you ignored my wise counsel and you reproached me, you scolded me, saying that I am ignorant and I don't know. So my wise counsel fell on deaf ears, and so you didn't pay heed to my good advice, and now actually you brought this fate upon yourself. Now you are going to heaven. We will miss you here. You go to heaven actually, and there you will churn the minds of heavenly damsels, minds of apsaras. Heaven means Swarga, Apsarasa will be there. And with your great form, with your extraordinary form and comely form actually, you will churn the minds of actually those apsarasa. These are all, emotion just playing out for Tara. So her husband passed away. So she is actually remembering the great days that she had spent with her husband. And she says, now, Kalo Nisamshayo Nunam Jivitantakarastava. Who brought this death upon you? Kala. The mighty time, nobody can resist it. Time actually according to a prarabdha. So whatever the experience that we have to experience, that will come to us at the right time only. Time will put an end to your life, and so it has brought you under the sway of Sugriva. Now death comes in some form, it has to come. Now actually death has come today to you in the form of Sugriva. Death actually has taken Sugriva as an agent and brought this condition upon yourself. Rama must surely feel sorry for what he has done. Tara, except once, only once she indicted Rama, because she knew that actually Vali had reaped the fruit of his own action, his own sinful action. So even in that distress actually, though Rama was standing by the side of the dead body of Vali, she did not indict him. She did not indict Sugriva also, except saying mildly, only once she said. Whereas Vali had indicted Rama, but Tara, she was trying to bear the grief actually. So all the emotions were playing out, though actually Sugriva and Rama were by the side of the dead body of Vali. She didn't indict them except once. She only said that, you didn't fight with Rama. You were only fighting with Sugriva, but Rama had killed you. Surely he must have felt unhappy with his own act. This is the only thing, this is the only indictment that she had made against Rama and nothing else. Now actually this widowhood has come upon me, which is very painful. For a woman, actually pious woman, to live in this world without her husband would be excruciatingly painful. So this widowhood has come to me so early in life, it's extremely painful for me. what will happen to this boy Angada? Who will look after him? Who will take care of him? He is a small boy. Now actually she is turning towards Sugriva, Angada, and telling, now actually see that, actually look at your father's face. You will not get to see your father's face again. Because he is going to the next world, oh my child. So this is the last time, the last look that you can have. So you just try to look at your father. And then now she turned to Vali. And who says, give your parting message to your son, your beloved son Angada. You are going away to the next world. So you give your parting message to your son. So she asked actually Angada, you asked some message from your father actually, you will not get to see him afterwards again. And now again she turns to Sugriva and says him, now your hostile brother has been killed. You will get your wife back and also your kingdom back. So you can rule the kingdom happily, O Sugriva, she is telling. So other monkeys are also weeping around, the Vali actually who was lying on a pool of blood. So and then she is telling, if anything repugnant to you has been done by me inadvertently, please forgive that excess or offense of me. Generally, as long as the people are alive and people are by our side, we don't really remember their good qualities. When somebody passes away, only the good qualities actually remember. If every one of us actually during lifetime, if we become aware of the good qualities of the people with whom we are, or people who are immediately around us, that becomes a heaven. But only after the death of the individual, the good qualities come into our mind. When the person is alive, only the negative side of the person, only the faults of the person, we magnify, we exaggerate, we only want to see that. There may be so many good qualities with the individual, but all those good qualities actually we don't want to see, only the other side of it, the weaknesses of the individuals and faults of the individuals, we magnify and we look at them. Now she is telling that now you can rule the kingdom. All the other monkeys were weeping around, and now she is inconsolable. She was disconsolate. So many people tried to console her, but she was weeping and bemoaning her sad plight in such a way. Now Hanuman actually wants to give some wise counsel to her. He says, Gunadosha krutam jantuhu sukarma palahetukaha avyagrastadavapnoti sarvam pretya shubha shubham. Actions performed under the force of prarabdha will bring their results good and bad, either in this birth or in the birth to come. Everybody has to reap the fruit of one's actions sooner or later. If not in this birth, then next birth. Gunadosha krutam jantuhu swakarma palahetukam abhyagrasta davapnoti sarvam pretya shubha ashubham. Both shubha or ashubham. Gunadosha krutam. We are here in this world as mortal, as human beings, means every individual has both good karma and bad karma. Good actions will come, bad actions will come out of the individual, for sure. Maybe percentage there is a difference. Somebody whom you call a very good individual, maybe only 10% of the bad karma comes out of him, 90% good karma comes out of him. Somebody whom you call actually a very wicked individual, maybe 90% actually bad karma, only 10% good karma. Percentage difference, but everybody is a mix only. Why actually we are asked to cultivate renunciation, why we are asked to cultivate dispassion, why we are asked to cultivate contentment? Because these qualities will help us actually to radiate more peace, to be non-violent with other human beings. Because you are simple, you are contented, you are not in competition with other individuals. So you will conduct yourself in a very gentle manner. Because of that, you will acquire more of punya, you will acquire more of merit, and slowly you will come towards the truth. No, the opposite of it. You are highly greedy, you won't have money even at the expense of others. You don't feel actually whether you are hurting or not hurting others in the process. Sometimes we may be doing a lot of violence with others. You don't become aware of it because you are so possessed of our own desire of having more money or wealth that makes us hurt other individuals. You may not be mindful at that particular point of time, but whatever the pain that you inflicted upon others in the process of your acquiring wealth are things actually that will come back upon you sooner or later, because our life is one. Nobody can escape from this law. That's why our rishis have discovered this law of Advaita, non-duality, and then they have declared us ahimsa paramo dharmaha. So our life is designed in such a way, every one of us have to do some violence, some kind of violence. Without that, there is no possibility. Our life cannot exist. When we walk, actually, we step on ants and other things, we kill them, right? So when you cut a tree for our purpose, actually, there are so many creatures actually inhabiting the tree, and all of them, they die. So the very way the life is constituted is such that actually some violence will happen. So, but what we need to do, how we have to conduct ourselves, we have to ensure, we have to see that we do minimum violence to our own fellow species and also other beings. And now actually Hanuman is saying, Shocha shochasi kam shocham dinam dinanukampase kasya kovanu shochyosti dehesmin udbudopami. Shocha shochasi kam shocham. You yourself are in a state worth grieving for. Dinam dinanukampase. You yourself are in a pitiable condition and you are showing pity on somebody else. Now she is bemoaning the death of Vali. That means what? Last time also I told, if we are actually weeping over the death of somebody, that means what we are saying, that we are not going to die. Tomorrow, that is our fate also, right? We know all that, but because of association, long association, memory, at that particular point of time, we feel the pain. But that is irrational. Logically, we cannot explain it. Because we are after all, creatures of emotion, and the emotions play out and the grief comes out. We weep, it's okay. But the thing is, that's why Hanuman is saying here, Dinam dinanukampase, tomorrow you are also going to die, everybody will die one day, then why are you actually weeping over the dead body of Vali? You are in a pitiable condition or you are trying to show pity on others. This is what actually you are doing basically by grieving like this, Hanuman is saying. Kasya kova hanshochosti dehesmin budbudopame. Everybody actually is so fragile. It's like a water bubble. It's a bubble, anytime it will burst. So that bubble is burst today, Vali's body, that is a bubble, that bird bubble is burst. Your bubble and my bubble will burst tomorrow at the most. Okay, that tomorrow is not very long actually, it's not eons, it's not millions of years. So why are you weeping over this? No, now he says, get up now actually, come forward to perform your duties. This is not the time to grieve so much. You have to perform the obsequies, last rites of your husband. And now Angada, you install him actually on the throne. Actually, Sugriva will protect him. Vali actually has ascended to a higher sphere. Resolved for righteous people, he had conducted himself in such a righteous manner. He gave so much of delight to all his subjects. So he had performed so many meritorious deeds. He would go surely to the highest realm that is possible, that is reserved for righteous people. So you ought not bemoan the death of your beloved husband. Now actually take upon the reins of, install Angada as the king of Kishkinda. All these monkeys and all these bears are dependent on you. So now come forward to act. But Tara says, no. I have no responsibility towards my son. Okay, it's only the father's responsibility. As father is not there, it is the responsibility of his uncle, Sugriva's responsibility. So my place is only by the side of my husband. She has decided to fast unto death, prayopravesa. I have to die along with my husband. That is my dharma and nothing else. In the past actually sati also used to be there, and afterwards, people used to force people actually, women actually to, die along with the husband. That became very ugly and barbaric. But before that actually, most of the Puranic ages, if you just see, they actually gave up their bodies on their own. Their husband has gone means because I am better half. I am half of my husband actually. And half of actually is killed means I am also gone. This way they would give up their body along with husband's death when the husband dies. Of course that is a very, very, very high ideal, but Swami is saying here. So the sage Valmiki is saying, Sochya shochase kam shocham dinam dinanukampase, and she says actually, Atmeyam asyeti chamam. So she asks Rama actually to kill her actually. Afterwards it comes, not immediately, but she asks Rama saying that Atmeyam, I am actually the Atma, I am the soul of Vali actually. So we are inseparable. So anyway you have killed the half, then just complete the formality and kill me also. So Hanuman actually tries to assuage her grief, but he didn't succeed. And immediately she would not stop her wailing. And now actually Vali is saying to Sugriva. So Vali calls Sugriva, all his grief he was bearing actually. The arrow pierced into his heart. He was bleeding, and last thread of breath actually was there, that's all. And he called his brother, his beloved brother Sugriva, and he says that, I got forcibly carried away by perversity occasioned by an act of mine in the past. That means I have reaped the fruit of my own action. He has no bitterness towards Sugriva. Though Sugriva caused the death of Vali through Rama, Vali actually is not actually resenting actually Sugriva's act. He says, yes, it's my karma, this is my fate. He resigned to his fate. Only heroes can do that. I am alone responsible for my karma. Swamiji says you are the creator of your own destiny. If good comes to you, you are responsible. Bad comes to you, you are responsible. Say that. Be a hero. When good comes, actually I have done. When something bad comes, and God is responsible, stars are responsible, planets are responsible, parents are responsible, teachers are responsible, X and Y are responsible. We don't want to own responsibility. Okay? But yes, Vali, because being a hero, he is not indicting. Though he was feeling that pain and sorrow and suffering, that he would have to leave the body very soon, but he did not indict Sugriva. He says that happiness was not ordained for both of us at the same time. All these days I have enjoyed happiness, I have had my share, now it will be your turn. We both the brothers were not ordained to enjoy happiness at the same time. So I had my good days, I have had, and now actually I am leaving, I am going to the abode of Yama, and now it will be your turn. I am quitting my rulership, I am quitting my sovereignty, I am quitting my untarnished fame, my extensive fortune, everything actually I am quitting, I am leaving this world, I am going to the abode of Yama. Now actually Vali's worry is over Angada, his beloved son, who will take care of him. Going to the other world, going to the abode of Yama actually is not giving him any pain. What is giving him his pain? The pain is because of his son. This Angada is still a boy, but not childish. He is a boy, but he is not childish. He will perform duties worthy of me. He is as valorous as I am, he is as capable as I am. He has got as much prowess as I have got. O Sugriva, he will become your best asset. But you be his protector, you be his guardian hereafter, you be his donor, and you be his refugee. All these days I have taken care of him. Now you have to take care of my son. Generally fathers feel children, but still in his teenage, Angada was just a teenager at the time, and who take care of him, that was the pain Vali was experiencing. So he is extracting that kind of promise from his brother Sugriva, please take care of my son. And now actually he has turned towards Tara and he told Sugriva, you just see this lady Tara, she is very intelligent. In fact, he did not listen to her counsel. But now actually he is telling Sugriva, you may take advice from her, she is very intelligent. Vali understood that Tara was more intelligent than he himself was, but he didn't take actually her advice. Tara said actually when Sugriva came second time, challenging Vali for a fight in the dead of the night, and she says to Vali, don't go now. Just now he has been defeated by you, and again he comes in such a short time, means what? He has actually the support of somebody else. I have heard from Angada that great warriors, Rama and Lakshmana, the great sons of Dasharatha, were around, they were roaming here. Sugriva might have befriended them. It's not Sugriva's own strength. On his own strength he would not come in such a short spell. Immediately he has come and actually challenging you, means don't go. Tomorrow you can go for the fight. Vali did not listen to Tara. Tara tried her best to dissuade him from going for the duel, for the fight at the dead of the night. But Vali rebukes her, saying that how dare this fellow Sugriva to challenge me again. So he comes out and goes for a battle, and you know what happened, and he got killed by Ramabana. Now he is saying that Tara is very intelligent, you may take her advice. She is very pious, she is very intelligent. And nahi Tara matam kinchit anyata parivartate. She is expert in deciphering the portents of things that are yet to come. So what is going to happen? She has developed that insight, she has developed that intuition. Her word will come true. So now Vali is telling this to Sugriva, and you may take her opinion, her advice if you need when you are in distress. But he may or may not talk, but he is just telling. Now he has turned to Angada again. You see, oh my son, all these days you have behaved the way you want, because after all, for every father, his dear son is very dear. But hereafter, you have to be mindful of how you have to conduct yourself. Don't displease Sugriva, and just listen to whatever he says to him. You be amenable to Sugriva's control and be subordinate to the will of Sugriva. Don't oppose your uncle hereafter. Do actions only that which will bring happiness to Sugriva. Don't make friendship with people who are inimical to Sugriva, and try to know when to act, what to act, and how much to act. So please be conscious of the time of your action also. This is the advice actually the father is giving actually to his son, because he is leaving this world. And how much generally fathers feel for children, that we can understand from this Vali. Absolutely no fear about going to the abode of Yama. Only concern, only fear is for Angada, because he is still teenager. Fatherless he will become hereafter, and who will take care of my beloved son. That is the only concern. So he is trying to extract a promise from Sugriva that he will take care of him well. You just give me this solace to me, this promise to me, then I will depart from this world happily and joyfully. So he is telling, Nachati pranayah karya kartavyo pranayaschate ubayam hi mahadosham tasmad antaradrukbhava. So don't get inordinately attached to action, and also don't become indifferent to action. Ubayo hi mahadosham. Both are actually defects. If you just see the world today, there are people who are very tamasic, indifferent to an act. They don't want to do their responsibility well. They don't want to discharge their duties. So much of suffering they give to their siblings and parents. You just see so many of them in the society. And also there are people who are so attached to action. And you just see in the world today, you don't find any, very few joyful faces you see, because everybody takes life so seriously. No ease in life, that's why disease. Right? Ease comes only when you know the art of life. The art of life is, everything happens by the will of the divine. We have to get involved totally. We have to do our duties and responsibilities, but not with attachment, the kind of attachment that we have, as if that is the ultimate objective of life. We all actually leave the world one day. Any action, however great the action may be, how come that you get attached to those actions so intensely? Because in our life itself is like a bubble, as Hanuman says, budbudopame. Whatever may be the achievement of this world, whatever may be the achievement of this body and the mind, those achievements are also short-lived, because this itself is short-lived. Then why to take everything so seriously? And if you say this, the danger is people will take it in reverse way. Then what to do? Make merry every day? No. The God actually has created this world. It's a kind of riddle. Okay? It's like it's a Gordian knot. You have to untie the knot. So for that actually highest discipline is required. A lot of detachment is required, discipline is required, tapas is required, austerity is required. You practice that and come out of the samsara. So God actually is putting us through a test actually. If you say this, don't get attached to thing, and people actually don't make merry every day. No, that's not the idea. The idea is that be wise. I know actually how to conduct this life, how to act in between death and birth and death. So how you will do that? You don't get attached to things that intensely. At the same time, you do your responsibilities well. You're totally involved but not entangled. So now this counseling of Vali is over. Now he has breathed the last, unable to bear the pain of the shaft. Now all the monkeys burst into deep sob. They were reminiscing actually about great deeds that Vali had performed, what kind of protection he had extended to them. Because how much they were protected under his rulership. The forest actually yielded plenty of fruit. After all, monkeys, what they need? Fruit, right? So for fear of Vali actually, the forest would yield so much of fruit and flower and everything, so much. Boughs, the monkeys would jump from one tree to another tree, and they had their heydays, field days, enjoyed the rulership of Vali, and are also reminiscing actually great acts he had performed. Once actually there was a Gandharva by name Golaba. He came and attacked Kishkinda, and the fight went for 16 years, but Vali didn't give up. He could kill the Gandharva in the 16th year, and that's how he protected these other monkeys from that Gandharva. So the monkeys actually extolling Vali and actually reminiscing about his heroic deeds. So but still, Tara actually couldn't bear the sight of, Vali's death, because Vali breathed the last. She embraced Vali like a creeper clinging to a huge uprooted tree. Vali actually fell like an uprooted tree, and now she again bemoaning her fate and saying that actually, I advised you not to go for the jewel, but you didn't listen to me and brought yourself to this plight, and you have made Kishkinda an orphan now. What will be my fate? These people are wailing actually. What answer you give to them? Why don't you listen to our wails? Actually, she is telling, it all will happen. Fate in the form of Rama has become subservient to the will of Sugriva. Death has to come in some way. So, fate has become subservient to the will of Sugriva in the form of Rama. This is her statement. Sugrivasya vasham prapto vidiresha bhavatyaho. Today, Vidhi, the destiny was in the control of Sugriva. It's not that actually destiny would be in the control of the individuals, but today destiny acted through Sugriva. Destiny came in the form of Rama. Now she is telling actually, you made sure your enemies sleep on, so many battles he had fought, and I was invincible. Vali was invincible in every battle. Now you yourself are lying on this, bare floor. You have made so many of enemies actually. to fall like this in the combat, but now you yourself have fallen. Shurayana pradatavya kanya kalvipaschita. And now she is saying, you see my fate? All these days I have the pride that I am the wife of a hero. Now my hero is lying, full of blood. My hero is gone. So my pride got shattered. All these days I was really proud that actually I am the wife of a hero. But now actually I have fallen into an ocean, the bottomless ocean of grief. You just see my fate, my condition. So nobody, whoever is wise, should give a girl in marriage to a hero. Because heroes, how many days they will live, we don't know. Because heroes will fight battles and they will die in the battle one day. So if you take pride, in your being a companion of a hero, and hero will die and your fight will get shattered. And I am the example. So when she says that now I want to embrace you, but I am not able to embrace because of the shaft, because still the arrow that is still there actually pierced into the heart of Vali. Now Neela comes and he pulls out the arrow because she is shouting actually, I want to embrace you, oh my Lord actually, but I am not able to do it because of the shaft. Neela pulls out the shaft, but that shaft, Ramabhana, is still actually radiating so much of, Putra Sudharanam, Banasyapi Dado Dyutihi, so much of splendor, but after all, even though it has touched the victim and killed Vali, but when Neela pulled it out, and it was like a streak of lightning, that's Ramabhana. And now actually he is telling Angada clasped the feet of his father, Tara to Vali, bless him, bless him. You used to say that, long live my child, long live my child. So many times you have blessed your child, now also you bless him. But where is the question of blessing now? Vali is no more actually, he has departed from this world. Now having satisfied gods through the sacrifice of a jewel, how come actually you have left me alone? In a sacrifice, a husband and wife both should sit. Now you want to offer ablutions in the form of your blood to gods. Because the Ramabhana, when it pierced him, actually blood came out actually. So the jewel was the sacrifice, your blood actually is the ablution, that you are offering to gods. But when you perform this ablution actually, any sacrifice, you should have actually wife by your side. But deserting me without informing me, you yourself sat for the sacrifice. This is all, emotions come out and play out. This is how actually she was weeping. And though actually you have lost everything, but the splendor of the Rajyasri, the kingly glory, is still actually is not leaving you. Though Vali actually has become dead and life breath left his body, but the splendor of his face, she was talking and looking at that Rajyasri has not left you. Of course, he was a great hero, a mighty hero, and Rama also respected him. Seeing the pitiful condition of Tara, seeing her sobs, she will stop and again weep, they will stop, and again actually if you give some pause, again and again she is doing like that piteously. And seeing this, Sugriva feels very sad and looks at all the spectacle and looks at the people around. I am responsible for all this. So many people are suffering now, all because of me. And now actually he seeks the presence of Rama. He comes to Rama and says, though my objective has been accomplished, O Rama, you have kept your promise, and it is I who conspired against my brother, so I feel very sad about it. And this actually gives me a lot of pain, and I don't relish this sovereignty anymore. I don't have tasteful luxuries anymore. Well, why you want to become a king? Because you can enjoy the ultimate luxury. But now my taste for luxury has gone. I don't want the rulership of this Kishkinda. Actually, so I shall bitterly repent my action. See, Vali is so noble actually. Many times Vali had the occasion to kill Sugriva, but he didn't kill. Natva jigam sami chareti. Though he had the opportunity to kill his brother Sugriva, he just banished him, exiled him, but he didn't kill him. He would catch him and afterwards he say, no, I don't want to kill you, go away. Chareti, go away from here, that's all. But whereas I am, what I did, we just see so many days, so many times he caught me, but he never actually killed me. So he kept up the nobility, he kept up the brotherliness, he kept up his righteousness. But whereas I erred on the wrong side. I actually have given to, frivolity, I have given to fear, I have given to wrath, I have given to lust. Actually, I could not have done this to my brother. Maybe whatever the mistake, a little mistake actually, he had a little more lust and so he kept my wife. So I could have forgiven him, but instead of doing that, I bore a grudge against him and I was looking for somebody who would help me, and ultimately I got you, Rama, and now got him killed, got him eliminated from this world. So I have done an abject sin, I have done an act of, a great demerit, and this demerit actually will consume all my virtue and all my merits. I am sure of that. So I don't want to become the prince regent. I don't want to become the king of this Kishkinda. Okay, this Angada will not be able to survive this grief actually. Angada also was weeping over the dead body of Vali, and this boy will not be able to withstand the grief that actually this separation from Vali has caused him, and he will surely die. If Angada dies actually, his mother Tara also will die. So what for all this kingdom and what for this sovereignty? So, O Lord, actually, please permit me to enter into the fire. I have given a pledge to you that I will help you in finding Sita, your spouse, that my monkeys will do, my bears will do. They will be at your beck and call. I will leave them at your beck and call. They will be in your service. They will find your spouse. Your work will be accomplished for sure. You don't have to grieve on that. It's okay. Whatever the promise that I have given to you, I will keep that. But please permit me to enter into the fire to atone for my sinful act of killing my brother. Sugriva says this to Rama and seeks Rama's permission to kill himself. But Rama doesn't give that permission. Rama also shed tears at that point of time because Tara was weeping, Angada was weeping, monkeys were weeping. Now actually Sugriva started weeping. He also thinks actually that he has done an unpardonable act. He has committed an unpardonable sin. Ityevam artasya raghu pravira shrutvo vacho vali jaganyajasya sanjata bhashpaha paravira hanta ramo muhurte vimana babuva ramo muhurte vimana babuva. Rama actually for a short period of time, he did not know what to reply. He also shed a few tears of pain and then kept calm for some time. When Sugriva asked for his permission to kill himself. And now Vali's ministers tried to help Tara because she clasped the body of Vali and she was not leaving the dead body because final rites had to be performed. Okay, it's getting late actually, body will get decomposed. And the drama actually going on for long, and so nobody would be able to do that actually. Vali's ministers tried to separate her from dead body, but she wanted to escape from them and wanted to hug the body again. And then she looked at Rama. When she, in that grief also, she knew who Rama was and extols Rama. And he says, Tvam aprameyascha durasadascha disendriyascha uttama dharmakascha. You are actually aprameya. You are immeasurable, difficult to face, durasadascha, jitendriyascha. You are the controller of the senses. You are uttama dharmakascha, an embodiment of all the great virtues of Rama. Akshina kirtischa. You are of undecaying fame. These are all the adjectives she uses and praises Rama. And now she says actually, you have done okay, killed my husband. Now you just kill me. I don't relish life without my husband. Life has no meaning for me without him actually. What she asks actually, Yenaiva banena hata priyo me, tenaiva mam tum jahisayakena, hatagamishyami samipamasya, namamrute rama rameta vali. With which arrow you have killed my husband? With the same arrow you kill me. Tenaiva banam tvam jahi sayakena. Okay? Hata gamishyami samipamasya namamrute rama rameta vali. Without me, Vali won't be happy in heaven also. I know for sure that Vali has gone to heaven, but there also will not be happy without me. I have to be by his side if he has to live happily. So, you kill me also with the arrow that you have used to kill my husband Vali. So this is because Mahaprativrata, she is asking this from Rama. I know that you are hesitating, you will hesitate to kill me because you think actually Stri Vada Dosha. When the Pancha Mahapatakas, what are the 5 great sins? One of the 5 great sins is this, killing a woman. A man should not kill a woman for any reason. It's not justifiable. So, you may be thinking like that, you may think like that, you may desist from that action, but I say, Yachapi manyeta bhavan mahatma strigata dosho na bhavetu mahyam. You may be thinking that strigata dosha, that killing a woman, that sin will come upon you, but it will not come upon you. Why? Atmiyamasyeti chamam jahitvam, because I am part of him. You have killed Vali, it's as good as you killed me also. It's okay, just complete the formality. Nastri vadasyat manujendra putraha. The sin of killing a woman will not come to you, O Manujendra putra, O prince of actually Dasratha. Sastra prayogat vividascha vedat atmahi ananyaha purushasya daraha. Atmahi ananyaha purushasya daraha. Scriptures say that who is woman? What is woman? Atmahi ananya purushasya. Husband's actually half. Atma, she is the very soul of my husband. I am the very soul of my husband. what value I have for this life, what actually I will not cherish it actually. It's as good as you have killed me, just to complete the formality, and don't give me the trouble of actually bearing this life. I can't bear it anymore. So she is requesting, don't leave me like in this condition. I am forlorn. I am almost dead. I am a Jivatsva now. So don't leave me in this condition. Please execute. Please actually oblige my request, she is telling. So you for one know how actually young man, you yourself have lost your wife. She has been abducted. You feel the pain of her, abduction of Sita. Now actually my husband has gone. You must understand my pain. So then a point, in living this world, in leading a life without my husband. So now Rama actually is consoling her. Ma vira bharye vimatim kurushva loko hi sarvo vihito vidhatra. You are actually the wife of a Veera, a man of exceptional valor. You should not weep like this. Vimatim kurushva loko hi. Don't actually take this line of thought. It is not the right way of thinking. You must live for the sake of Angada. Angada will bring you the joy, and Sugriva will take care of you well, and you will have good days and happy days. Trayopi loka vihitam vidhanam na atikramante vashagahitasya. This is how actually Vidhata, Brahma, the creator, has ordained the world. The world is a mixture of good and bad. The world is a mixture of pain and pain and pleasure. Both will come to beings actually according to their karma. This is how actually the Vidhata decreed. But nobody can transcend that law. All the three worlds dare not overstep the bounds that have been fixed by the Creator Himself. So you and I, everybody else has to follow that law. We don't have a choice here. Datra vidhanam vihitam tataiva nashura patnya paridevayanti. So the wives of heroes actually will not actually weep, having known this law, so get consoled. Now actually, after Rama saying of these words, Tara kept quiet. She controlled herself. She controlled her emotion. Now Rama asks Sugriva, you bring fagots, you bring firewood to burn the body of Vali, and Lakshmana asks Tara to bring the palanquin, and palanquin was brought, and then dead body of Vali was carried to the bank of the river, and there it was cremated. The Vanaras actually had done the cremation. Rama was not there by the side of Dasharatha, but here actually he arranged the obsequies of Vali. He had also arranged the obsequies of Jatayu. Jatayu practically died in his lap. So it's not an ordinary blessing for an individual to have the Lord by the side of him when you breathe his last. Vali in that way is exceptionally fortunate. Only Vali knew that, and Rama knew that. Probably Tara also knew that. So that's why she didn't indict Rama. She is one of the great Pativrata, 5 Mahapativratas, Tara, also Mandodari, Mother Sita, Draupadi, and Ahalya. Just uttering their names itself will have a purificatory effect, I tell you, in this Kali Yuga. These names actually, Nam, Nama, Namni. So they go together. So it goes with certain quality. When you utter that name, the qualities that individual had embodied, you would be reminded of that. Through such a remembrance, actually, again and again, when you remember these characters, those qualities would manifest through us also. That is how actually we need to worship them. So very mention of the word Tara will have that purificatory effect on the individuals. She is one of the greatest women that the soil has produced. A really great Pativrata, and she gets consoled now after Rama's intervention, and then the story continues, story of Ramayana. So, of course, exceptional life, exceptional character, the way, great sage Valmiki molded her. And all these emotions we also see, but at the same time, to have that control over the grief, and not to indict Sugriva, not to indict Rama, and to control herself like that is exceptional of her. And because of her purity only, Vali actually became invincible. No other asura could ever come near Vali. Vali, even humbled Ravana also. Ravana was no match for Vali. For that matter, nobody on earth was match for. That's why Vali says, if you really wanted, you find your wife actually, you could have sought my help instead of Sugriva's help. Why did you kill me like this? By standing actually behind a tree. I could have helped you. I could have found her. Anywhere in the world, 3 worlds, whichever actually demon has kept her, I would have killed the demon and brought the individual Sita for you. You could have taken my help actually. He was so capable and he was so powerful in fact. But now actually, Nobody else would be able to kill Vali, only Rama could kill. Rama killed for a purpose, actually he had transcended Dharma. Whoever sits on the throne of a king actually, on the throne, must set himself or herself as an example for the people to follow and emulate, because that was Treta Yuga, because it was actually Bharata who was the ruler of the kingdom, the entire earth. And Rama told in the beginning itself, we are just on the move to see that actually everybody behaves according to Dharma. In Kali Yuga, so many things happened, but in Treta Yuga, that was too much of an offense. Okay, that's why Rama had eliminated Vali. Of course, it's a kind of blessing only he had pronounced upon him, because Vali was looking at the face of Rama and then breathed to the last. He had attained to the highest spear. So 2 more classes for Ramayana. Then Rama actually was there in the forest for 14 years, So 14 classes on Ramayana. Afterwards, we'll see what will happen. Let us meditate for 2 days, 2 minutes before we disperse.